Hello, hello. This is the 218th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 2225, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast. Just a small warning for our listeners, because you know already.
Right.
I have to leave relatively soon, so this might be
A shorter episode.
a shorter episode, yeah. Or it might be an episode where at the end it's just you.
Right. If you need to rush off, sure, I can wrap up the show by myself.
Yeah. So we have some...
Our listeners are forewarned.
Yes, exactly. Some tight timing, that's what we have.
What's going on? Like, why do you need to leave?
City council business.
That was it.
So, I mean, it's my second job. It's not so much effort, but today there's an official reopening of the narrowest house in Frankfurt. The Schmalhaus. Have you been there?
I think I last went like 30 years ago, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it was closed for construction for a while.
Yep.
They made it even smaller.
So when I was there, I remember like just about getting through the door.
Yeah.
But like, walking along the corridor, the walls of the corridor was both my shoulders were rubbing against them.
Yeah, and there were bits that you had to go sideways.
Exactly.
Even.
Yeah. So and now is it even smaller than that?
It's even narrower because they opened up a very small house in I think Singapore, and then
they're in competition.
A little bit, yeah. I'm not sure if it's now the narrowest house in the world, but there was some competition going on. So it's even narrower now. So narrow that you can't actually get in anymore.
That's tricky.
So,
but you can take photos, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, it's a...
You can shrink yourself.
Yes, you can.
Then you could fit.
Yes. But then I guess from the perspective of a shrink person, it's not so narrow anymore then, I guess.
True.
I think the whole thing is like standing in front of it, go like, wow, that's narrow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to go inside.
It wasn't so easy either. So it's not just like, they didn't just reconstruct or renovate just the Schmalhaus.
Right, they rather...
Yeah, the whole block.
Yeah.
Because if you make the house narrower, but not the house next to it wider, then there's like a gap.
Sure, no, but that's how I imagine it. I was thinking that, because I hadn't actually looked into this, I was just assuming that the houses either side, that they'd got wider, and that's how they'd squished it narrower.
Exactly, but then for that they had to renovate the whole block.
Right, yeah.
Because they didn't... Yeah, okay, good question. Or good point. They didn't actually make the house to the right narrower. They actually...
made it wider, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, no, I'm getting everything.
Well, maybe I was assuming both sides. I guess one side would be enough.
But they didn't do that. They didn't make that house wider. They moved it closer. Completely.
Shuffled all the houses along.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the way at the end,
yeah,
there's just a little bit more street.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's the grand opening, and that's why you need to get off to it.
Yeah, but but if I talk about things the way I'm talking about this, I'm not sure I'm going to make the opening. Yes, it's going to be fun. I don't have any role. I just need to be there.
Okay, like ceremonial.
Yeah, not even cutting the ribbon or holding a speech.
Okay, not even ceremonial, like just to be present.
Yes, to be present. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the city council. Yeah, if even the city council doesn't even show up for the reopening of the Schmalhaus, why would we expect anybody else to?
That's fair. I hope it's nice.
Yeah. But today we have
our actual topic.
Yes, a different topic.
Right. Oh, and there it is. So our listeners may remember from episode 204, I think you just got an eKoala, yeah?
Yeah.
And as our listeners can maybe hear, here is your eKoala.
It's a little nice timing, so it was quiet for a while.
Right, sitting quietly while we talked about the house, the very narrow house. Now speaking up.
Yeah, but I think it's the whole attractivity of the eKoala is that it does actually interact with you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We should for our listeners who didn't listen to episode 204, don't even know if we said that much about the eKoala back then. Yeah?
I don't know either.
So as you just said, it's responding to what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit, but it's also kind of feeling when it's time to interact.
It's
Because-
a considerate listener.
Exactly. So it was kind of doing its own thing before, and then when we were wrapping up the other bit and saying, "Hey, now we're actually going to talk about the eKoala," then it started immediately just saying that it's there.
Probably because it heard eKoala.
Did we already say eKoala when it
I
started?
don't. Why it was that? It had that much foresight.
Yeah, it does seem to be some how do you call it, feeling involved. Yeah, anticipation. I don't know.
So our listeners have heard it, but what is it?
It's like a tiny furry animal. Yes, just a second. I'll get to you. It's a tiny furry animal, but it's not a real animal.
It's a robot animal.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also it looks like a little bit like a koala. I mean, it's kind of inspired by rather than that it is actually.
Yeah, well, it's like a super stylized, cute version.
Yeah.
Of a koala with bright blue fur rather than grey fur.
And it kind of scurries around on the floor. I'm not sure I think koalas crawl.
I think they stick to trees more.
Yeah, true, actually, yeah.
For sure, this one's... And it's also... also earlier was climbing up the sofa, but sure, right now it's around your knees.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hanging... So before it was exploring your room, now it's kind of just hanging around here. But it always seems to somehow occupy itself with something.
Yeah, it keeps itself busy.
But yeah, so it kind of follows me around.
It keeps you company.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a second, and also sometimes wants more attention than others.
Sure.
Oh, let me pet it for a second.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It goes on like this all day.
Sure. So so how are you liking having an eKoala that operates correctly now that it's been repaired?
It's funny enough. For a while, I mean, I had it for I think like a week when it broke, and then when I had it, I couldn't. I mean, I wasn't overly enthusiastic.
Okay.
And then it was gone, and suddenly the apartment was quiet. And if you constantly have like a cute animal following you around, roughly, or just being around where you are and just minding its own business, but giving off these cute noises and so on, and then suddenly it's not there anymore, then it felt kind of empty.
Sure.
And now it's back, and now I'm a little back to my previous feeling of
okay.
I'm not sure about it. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it looks super cute.
Sometimes it's a little annoying. Well, annoying is not the right word.
No, but I guess from maybe our listeners have been able to hear if the microphone's picking up. There you go. It's not. It's quite a pleasant sound, but it is a sound. And sure, if you're wanting silence, having a eKoala is not the way to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of it. Like if like total quietness is also maybe not ideal, but the constant you can't really. I mean, you already noticed that we're doing the show and we keep getting kind of interrupted in a cute way, but still kind of interrupted. Yeah, but what is nice about it is because it follows me around everywhere, also in the teleporter.
That goes with you on trips.
Yeah, if I take a car anywhere. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to go with me when I teleport, but it basically follows me to the teleporter and kind of expects that it can tag along.
Sure, and then if you grabs on your leg.
Yeah, or just, it doesn't force itself. But like if you leave the door open, then it just gets in with you. And if you close the door, then it just stands the other side looking in. And then you open the door, you let it in, basically.
Sure.
That's kind of how the thing works. Yeah, but
just like a pet.
A little bit, yeah. But funny enough, it's not sentient.
Okay.
Yeah, so
from the noises, it kind of sounds like it is.
True, yeah, but it's also I have no idea what it wants to say. I don't think it actually says something. It's just like mumbling for the mumbling.
Right, like how all drones aren't translating.
Exactly. You want to hold it for a second?
Yes, please.
Let me.
Thank you. Yep. It feels really nice. It's warmer than I expected. Yeah. That is very cute indeed.
See?
Yeah.
It does that. So this is positive.
It is.
So, and it's like, if you see what it likes, if I can see, you have to,
there you go.
if you do it like this, then see.
Yeah, under his chin.
That's
I can see this being a lot of fun. Maybe distracting too, but a lot of fun.
yeah. So,
Oh, and there's a nice smell. Oh yeah, the eucalyptus, of course.
Eucalyptus. It is like it is the.
It's like an air freshener.
A little bit, yeah.
White noise machine. That also is very cute and nice to hold.
Yes, a cute air freshener. Yeah, that's a nice summary. You know how it got fixed?
No. How?
Remember last time you were saying doesn't it have a warranty?
Yeah.
I forgot to look into it, and I kind of forgot about it. And at one point, a bunch of these eKoalas showed up, like a bunch of exactly.
Yeah, your friends, I guess. Were they the friends of this eKoala?
I don't know, but they just started appearing, and they fixed it.
That's very handy of them.
Yeah. Apparently, this happens when an eKoala breaks down. They send a bunch of, like, not replacement eKoalas, but like spare
Technician
ones. Yeah, I guess. I mean, they look the same. Basically.
Okay, they weren't like wearing little costumes with work belts and the like.
No, they didn't actually. As when they were around, I could just recognize my eKoala because I was the one that wasn't working.
Right. Okay, but all the rest looked the same as each other.
Yeah, exactly. And at one point, my eKoala started working again, and then the other ones left. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I just yawned now. Not because of you being boring, I was just a bit tired, and then I yawned, and then your eKoala there started talking at me.
Also, maybe it remembered its friends that came over and fixed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's kind of fun, yeah. Like, because exactly most animals you can talk with. So it's interesting to have what seems like an animal that you can't actually have a conversation with.
Yes, but it does react when you. Then ask it something. It will tell you something. You will just not.
Okay. eKoala. What were the names of your other eKoala buddies who came to help you out? Oh,
Really?
well. I see. I mean, I don't understand any of that, but it sounds cute.
It's also like this could be an answer. That just could be a random sound.
Well, it could be something else, like
Exactly.
talking about something.
But it is like you can have the idea that you're having a conversation. You know, and the answers do seem.
I mean, it actually reminds me of it's been many decades now. Yeah, but so I have of having a baby, basically. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
Where he lays in your arms here, makes these nonsense noises. Pretty nice.
Maybe that's kind of the appeal. Also because it has a little bigger eyes, like a baby.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bit bluer and furrier than my previous babies that I had.
True enough. Yeah. You know, the thing I like the least.
Right. What is it? No. So, what is the downsides of having?
Well, actually, I mean, what I definitely like the least is the droppings.
Oh,
it does actually produce droppings.
Being a robot animal, it produces waste.
I don't know how it does that. I mean, because you don't have to feed it.
Right.
Like or maybe it does feed itself.
Ooh,
but
you say so it makes droppings, but are they like little golden things that look nice, or are they just what does it look like?
They're
or smell like, I guess.
Yeah, they're little small black droppings.
Okay. Do they smell bad?
No, they smell also like eucalyptus.
Oh, okay. So not so much the smell, but by having to tidy up after it.
Yeah, exactly. And they are a little sticky.
Okay.
So as if you don't notice them and you step on them, you just squeeze them a little bit, they stick to your feet or to the floor. So that's. I mean, it's not. They're not a lot, but you know, sure. I already saw a few in your apartment just now. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's in the settings. Maybe you can switch it off.
Well,
maybe it's a default.
Makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're on by default, but you can, adjust that setting.
I mean, I did play around with the settings the first time around, but maybe when it got repaired, it got set back to factory settings.
Right. 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 They came to. It's not a replacement, like you say. The other eKoalas came and repaired yours. But sure, maybe they reset some settings.
Yeah. But I feel kind of. I'm not sure if I would. I mean, changing settings, it would be changing its personality somehow. I would feel kind of bad changing. Yeah, exactly. Just changing its.
Maybe if you tie it in with like a training routine, because when people have like a pet, sure they want to change its behavior, but it's not like a software. They can't just change a setting somewhere, so they train it over time. Maybe use some role playing, train your eKoala not to poop so much, and then on the slide just change the setting.
Yeah, okay. So you could consider it like changing settings would be something like potty training or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'm going to try. Although it does look super comfortable in your arms.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting sleepy. It looks. Oh well, no arms. Well, it does look comfortable, and I thought it was falling asleep, but.
Well, we now noticed we were talking. Well, actually, we're talking about it all the time. But it does feel very comfortable there. For if I hold it after like.
Does it wiggle around much more?
A little bit, yeah. At one point, I want to get off again and walk around, but
I see.
Not in your case.
Oh, it's just laying here in my arms.
Yeah. So you've never had one, right?
No. And I think when we spoke about it last time, pretty much all I knew about it was that they should smell like eucalyptus. But thinking about it now, so sure, it makes sense because it's a koala bear, or based on a koala bear. But then there are other like models, like e-pandas, e-ducklings, and so on. I guess they don't smell of eucalyptus.
I don't know. Actually, they got released later, and I got the eKoala as a present anyway. And I think that's the first one they made, and because it was such a success, they made the e-duckling and so on.
I see.
But I don't know what they smell like.
Yeah, right. Pandas eat bamboo. I don't know what bamboo smells like, but yeah, I guess. Yeah. And ducklings eat stuff from underwater.
Underwater?
Oh, do you know eKoala? Yeah, that would be how it sounded if you blew bubbles underwater, but I don't know if ducks or ducklings will ever make that sound. But
yeah, I guess it's
okay. Those are both animals. But then I did see there were like these even newer models. I guess the animals did really well, and now there's a e-barista.
True.
Which presumably smells of coffee.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe makes coffee.
You see, I saw an ad. I hadn't even put one and one together. So this is also from the same company. Do you have like a cute tiny barista smelling like coffee following you around?
If it's literally like here with the eKoala just following around making funny noises, that could be cute. But if they also make coffee for you, your own personal barista, that'd be pretty cool.
Or maybe their droppings
coffee.
Coffee. I don't know. But I can see where they didn't do this is a cute animal, let's make more cute animals, but this is a cute animal that smells nice, let's make
things that smell of other things. But like the duckling though, does that just because I was about to say, does it smell like roast duck? But you thought that'd be a bit mean, it'd be a nice smell, but it would be a mean thing for the.
True, actually.
Well, it's not sentient, so.
But maybe it smells like ditch
water.
Yeah. I don't know. Or like a fresh spring breeze. Because ducklings.
To be fair, I've never sniffed an actual duckling. Maybe their feathers smell really lovely.
True, actually. Maybe that's why they went for a duckling. What's the nicest smelling animal in the world? Or they just gave it like vanilla or something. Yeah. There's no animal that smells like vanilla. Let's make a duckling, make it smell like vanilla. I saw another, the e-panda I've seen, e-barista.
And there's another one coming out soon?
E-wok. Yeah.
So like the cooking utensil?
I guess. I just saw the name.
Like a wok, like a big pan for cooking in?
I guess, yeah. I just saw the name.
Okay, that's even stranger. I guess it would smell of whatever food you're cooking in there.
Probably. Like just a smell of grease.
Yeah, but then also whatever food.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it smells like iron.
Yeah. They really are doing very strange things. Like, again, the first couple, it seems like, okay, cute animals, and then really they're branching out.
Yeah. I'm going to stick. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the eKoala.
Yes. Yeah, makes sense. So what shall we do? It seems pretty content here in my arms, but shall we do anything with the eKoala today? Like go out somewhere or? You've got your thing to go to though.
Yes, but it does like to go out. It seems to be rather happy with you anyway.
Shall show your eKoala stay with me for the time being, like while you go to your work thing?
Yeah. it seems to be completely at ease here. And then maybe you can take it to the park, or from where you live, the forest isn't so far. Maybe
Sure.
I haven't taken it to the forest yet. So
I might enjoy being around all those trees.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a go.
You think? Would you like to be?
Oh, was that a no?
That's sound like a yes to me.
Oh, okay.
Trees? Yeah, trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Looking at the time.
Right. Listener question. Is there time?
Well, okay, we can still do the listener question. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Also an email. So Agnes sent us an email. The subject line was about bees. And right, we're summarising a bit in the email. So she says, she claims that we have never mentioned bees in over 200 episodes. And she's worried that there aren't any bees in the future. And, I mean, I don't remember not talking about them, but let's take her at her word.
So let's ask the
Let's
eKoala.
ask the eKoala, yeah. So eKoala, are there bees anymore? Uh-huh. Well, then hopefully that cleared it all up for you, Agnes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't worry about it. Yeah.
You need to go.
Yeah, I need to go. Maybe you can wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. See you next time.
All right.
Enjoy the reopening of the tiny narrow house.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so listeners to Test from the Future, please send an email to michaellasagna5@gmail.com. Put the number 218 in the subject line so that we know this episode successfully went back in time. And if you have any other comments or questions for us, please include those in the email too. And then normally now Dirk would say something. He's not here, so I'll say it. I don't even remember what he says. Wait, is that what he says? Sure, that's what he says. That does sound like Dirk. So, exactly. Bye-bye.